Today I'm listening to Floor Jansen sing Euphoria live. Keep watching. Hi everybody, it's Christi Bovee with the Voice Love Company. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell below so you don't miss a single video or when I go live. This video is brought to you by enthusiastic voice lovers just like you. Thank you. Floor Jansen again? Well, yes, of course, because you can never get too much of a good thing. And I'm really looking forward to hearing this live version of Euphoria. This was the best song in the Eurovision Song Contest of the year 2021. And Floor Jansen was scheduled to sing this song on the Best Zangers show. They were doing all of the Eurovision songs. And she couldn't, of course, because of COVID, and had to do it in the studio at her home. It was amazing. I've used that video a lot to actually show technique because she's just so incredible. Her ability to just drop the jaw and soar into those notes is beyond compare. It's so great because you could really see what she was doing. So I'm really looking forward to listening to this version, the live version in Amsterdam. Let's dig in.
Why can't this moment last forevermore? Tonight eternity's an open door. No, don't ever stop doing the things you do. Don't go. In every breath I take, I'm breathing you. Till the end of time, from now on only you and I, we're going out.
Oh, so pretty.
And never lost a piece of art, a beating love within our hearts. We're going up, 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 up.
I love this band and what they bring to these arrangements. As I was listening to this beginning part of the song, I was thinking, this sounds like her dress. This kind of floaty tulle thing that she's wearing that has all of the embroidery inside of it. It's just so perfect. It was just so light and airy and much different from the original, which has more of a driving beat to it. I just think it's so refreshing. It gives my ears such an ah.
We are here, we're all alone in our own universe. We are free, where everything's allowed and love comes first. Forever and ever together, we sing to infinity. Ooh, we're higher and higher and higher, we're reaching for divinity.
Okay, now that the bass is in, I've got my new headphones on, but it's definitely a little hot in the mix still, to me. Not terrible, but definitely drives it a little bit more. I'm loving the little orchestral lines that you're hearing kind of floating around. They're flying through the air behind her. She's just so beautiful and so amazing being able to sing the way she does. And just to think that this would have come after her Dangerous Game duet. She's still just so incredibly consistent, which I think I talked about in the last video. There's just so much to love about watching a performer like this within the context of an actual live performance, and to see them, what they do, how they choose their music, when they're going to pick a song that's got a little more meat on its bones. This song, it really sits in a great spot in her voice. Of course, what spot is not great for Floor Jansen's voice, right? It's just in a really good space. It's not going to require a ton from her as far as really high belting, but she can really open up and just soar into these upper notes, this high mix register that she just dominates so beautifully. So let's hear how she gets into this next chorus.
To infinity, higher, reaching for divinity.
This is a really hard song to stop on. I remember that from the last time I listened to it. And I will put a card for that right up here so you can listen to my reaction of her studio version of this song. And it's going to be interesting because you really will hear she's just got a lighter touch on this one. It's just so melodious and there's so much flexibility, and she's not driving as hard as the track was kind of forcing her into. This just has a lot more room to breathe, as are most of the songs I'm finding in this concert. She just has a lot of leeway to really allow the voice to open up. Her voice is opening up like a flower with every song she does. So yes, I'm stuck on and a little bit obsessed with doing these Floor Jansen videos because as a professional singer myself, it's just really interesting to see how her mind works as she is putting a set list together and what she's choosing to do just stylistically in these new, fresh arrangements. And the band just is unsurpassed. So it's had to have been an amazing experience. If you were in the audience that night, I would love to hear feedback from you. How was it? What was it like? Because to me, it seems like she just made magic. Just soars. Opening up that jaw. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Wow. Okay. Let's deconstruct this one just a little bit more. One of the things that I love about this version of Euphoria is you really can hear Floor deliver the lyric in a totally different way. It has a liveliness to it. Her voice sparkles. It has electricity. I think you can really hear it as she comes into this first verse.
Why can't this moment last forevermore? Tonight eternity's an open door. No, don't ever stop doing the things you do. Don't go. In every breath I take, I'm breathing you.
Do you hear what I mean when I say her voice sounds like that beautiful see-through netting on her dress? There is just this, I use the word diaphanous, I think in one of the videos, trying to describe her voice. There's this airy quality to it. It's like lace curtains. It really is. And you really can hear it in this chorus. I'm going to run back to the top of it so you can enjoy it with me. It is just so, just beautiful.
Euphoria, forever till the end of time. From now on, only you and I. We're going out. Euphoria, an everlasting piece of art, a beating love within our hearts. We're going up.
The cool thing is you can hear how she takes it from that really gentle caressing of the lyric into the up, up, up part. She turns her voice on a dime and gives it a lot more pressure and connection and presence. Her voice is so malleable and changeable, and she's able to just use it to stylize things exactly the way she wants them. So now we're coming into something that's a little more intense. Let's listen to the contrast in this next verse compared to verse 1.
We are here, we're all alone in our own universe. We are free, where everything's allowed and love comes first. Forever and ever together, we're sailing to infinity. Ooh, we're higher and higher and higher, we're reaching for divinity.
So as with most songs, she's allowing it to grow in intensity. You can really hear it in that verse, but never more can you hear it than when she enters into this second chorus. So I want you to contrast the entrance of chorus 1
Euphoria, forever till the end of time. From now on, only you and I. We're going out.
Compare that to her entrance at the second chorus. It's just an easy way to see when you put those side by side. You can see how she's building the intensity by causing her voice to have more presence. But then we get another vocal treat from Flora as she heads into this bridge section.
Forever, we sail into infinity. Higher, reaching for divinity.
There's so much connection in her voice. Her voice is one unit. And singers, those of you who are watching me because you want to learn about how to have vocal technique, this is a biggie. This is the reason why we do lots of slides in contemporary singing work. We do lots of the lip trills and the straw work because we are wanting to connect our breathing with our singing so we can do lines just like this.
Reaching for divinity.
So we're going to go back now and watch again how she changes her mouth position. She's moving those resonators inside, making that E into more of an ah as she climbs up the scale.
Reaching for divinity.
that shift that she's making on the T of divinity has to go from here to here as she's climbing up the scale. And because she's doing that, it gives her the flexibility that she needs to get into this angelic, beautiful chorus.
Reaching for divinity.
Reason why Flor can do so many styles of music, often within one piece of music itself. It's because she has the technique in her hip pocket to be able to navigate those vocal changes, the shifts that need to happen so that she can do things healthfully, but also just beautifully. It sounds incredible. As a voice teacher, I would not be doing my job if I did not call your attention once again to her ability to drop the jaw and open her mouth to let the sound out. It is one of the craziest things to me when I work with students regularly that they only open their mouths about this big sometimes. Everything's just very, they don't want to be seen as uncool or something. Well, Flor Jansen is one of the coolest vocalists on the planet, and watch how she does it. I mean, that right there, that's about as wide as you can open your mouth. And really, that's where the freedom comes. When you're not so self-conscious or you're trying to be too cool or whatever, so you can actually drop the jaw and let the sound come out. It's all part of working with the resonators inside to be able to get the fullest expression of your voice. That is the goal. It's one of the reasons why I am so committed to continuing to watch Flor work. And I'm enjoying this process. I hope you are too. Really looking forward to hearing more from this live in Amsterdam concert. Well, that's it for me today. Like if you liked it, subscribe, and don't forget to share with someone that you know would love Flor Jansen. You can ask me any question about your voice in the comments down below, on my blog at voicelove.co, on Instagram at The Voice Love Company, and now on yzio.com. Get all those details in the description box below. Well, as I finish this video, I just have the thought, do you know what a miracle you are? When I see the ability that Flor has to just open her mouth and let her voice out, I just want to call to your attention, even if you're not really a singer, there may be areas in your life where you're keeping everything closed. You got a tight lid on it, when actually you need to let the lid off and just shine. You're a miracle. You have something so important to do in this world that nobody else can do but you. When are you going to finally take that step to just be free, be released? Let Flor Jansen be your inspiration. I already know how much you love her. Maybe that's why. Keep finding your voice in the world today, because somewhere someone is waiting for what you and only you bring. And remember, you are loved. Bye-bye.